2024 was amazing. We had some crazy thrift finds throughout the year. Today we're ranking all our thrift finds on a tier list. I hope you all enjoy the video. My name is Brady from 888 Vintage. I make YouTube videos, I do thrifting, I resell. And 2024 was my first year of documenting the process on YouTube. We have found some crazy finds throughout this past year of thrifting. Today we're gonna rank all these finds on a tier list. Let's do it. Before we start ranking, I'm making a shameless plug to the Discord. Go join the Discord. Share your thrifting finds, share some fit pics, share some music recommendations, all of that sort of thing. Hope to see y'all in there. But anyways, let's rank these thrift finds. We're picking a random one first. We're gonna go with this Charlie Brown MF Doom shirt. This one was fire. However, it didn't fit me. I wanted to wear it. It fit weird. So because of the weird fit, we're putting this one in the A tier. Wish it fit me better. Next thing we're ranking are these Levi's silver tabs. I found these in one of my $0 to $10,000 challenge videos. And that series was like probably my favorite thing that I've ever done on YouTube, like making. And this was found in like my local Goodwill up here in college. I wasn't expecting to find this. Because of that, I am gonna put it in the A tier. We're just gonna kind of bounce around because that's just kind of how I am. Next thing we got here is this duct tape tee. This one was fire. Calico Vintage. I think we traded for this or I bought it off him. One of the two. Shout out to Calico for this one. This one's a cool funny tee. However, it could be funnier, so I'm putting it in the B tier. Next thing was this Led Zeppelin 2005 on an Oneida tag tee. This one was fire. Love the tie-dye. I wore this one in my personal collection. Recently sold it at an event, which was I think the last of the $0 to $10,000 video. So y'all go check out that series, bro. It was so much fun to make and a lot of y'all enjoyed it. So if you haven't seen that series, bro, go watch it after this. I'll link it in the description. But I'm gonna have to put this one in the B tier. Not the coolest band tee, but still a fire band. And also band tees are just not really my thing. All right, next thing we got here. We're going for the We Won exclamation mark. I think this was a 1994 crew neck Badgers like newspaper. I sold this to someone on my college and I like ran into them a few times while they were wearing it. And because like it's such a cool find, I didn't sell it for a crazy price, but I think this one deserves to go in the B tier. Next thing we got is this tie-dye Harley Davidson tee. I got this one in a bin over the summer with a couple other crazy finds. Like it was just this dude's entire wardrobe. There were some fire pieces in it. This was one of them. This is my only single stitch Harley tee in my collection and it's also tie-dye. It's super unique. I get tons of compliments on it whenever I wear it. So because of how crazy this tee is, we are putting this one in the S tier. I love it. Personally, bro, like I'll be wearing this shit all the time. Like it's a fire shirt. But yeah, next thing we're ranking here is this I blew my wad at the gay bar. Now, if y'all know me, I fuck with funny tees. This one's hilarious. I sold it at my college to somebody. I love this sort of thing. This one is going in the A tier. All right, next thing we got here. Let's do this Wheaties tee. Now this, bro, this was like my first like cool tee. I found this when I was starting to go to the bins. I got a nice bin with this shirt and another one on the list. And just because of like the sentimental value, it's not a crazy tee. It's not a crazy tee. You run into like racing tees all the time at the bins. They're nothing crazy. They don't sell for good prices. But it was my first cool tee, so I'm putting this one in the B tier as well. All right, next, I found this Jinko crew neck. No, this was not part of the $0 to $10,000 challenge, but I believe this was on one of the videos right before it. And I was pretty hyped to find it. It was a medium, so it wasn't crazy. I didn't sell it for a crazy price. I think I got like 70 or 80 bucks out of it. And because of that, I'm tossing it in the C tier. Next thing we got here is this vintage Wisconsin Badgers crew neck on a jerseys tag size XL. We did a 3-way trade for this in one of my videos. I believe this was in the $0 to $10,000 challenge. And like finding this, I was just so hyped to find it. It's nothing crazy again, but I am gonna have to toss this one in the A tier. It's nothing crazy, but I really enjoyed finding it, so we're tossing it in the C tier. Bro, next thing we got is this fire funny tee. I ended up giving this one to my homie for like 10 bucks, but this shirt was crazy. A single stitch funny tee. I love like the old 90s, early 2000s funny tees. Y'all know how much I love funny tees. This one's going in the S tier just because of how much I love it. And we gave it to a good friend and I hope he likes it. I think the tier list is looking pretty valid right now. Let's keep it rolling. We got this Bucks basketball in the 90s reverse weave crew neck. This was a size large. For me personally, this was my first like crazy Bucks find. Some of these have sold for like really good on Depop. Like I've seen some of this vintage Bucks stuff sells really good. However, this crew neck, I listed at a very fair price. I think I listed it at like $120. And for reference, some of these sell around like 150. So I'm thinking like, okay, 120, 125, that's really fair. Listed it up. I was expecting like some offers, maybe like 110, 100 maybe. Got no offers, like it got a bunch of likes and stuff. So I lowered it, ended up selling it for $80. Because this was my first Bucks find, we're putting it in the A tier. First cool Bucks find. Bro, next we got this. This was at a Racks haul. This was in one of my videos over the summer. We got this vintage 90s Brewers jersey, and then we got a Packers starter jacket. Crazy finds off the Racks. I sold both of these in person at an event at my college, and the girl who bought the jersey, I seen wearing it around campus a little bit, and like it's always cool when I like run into people on campus who are like wearing my shit. Like I'll be like, yo, that's a fire shirt, or that's a fire crew neck, where'd you get that? Like the sentimental value is crazy, but we're gonna put this one in the C tier just because like this sort of thing is not crazy uncommon. I feel like these are C or D tier items and finds, but because like I seen the people wearing it on campus, like we'll put it in the C tier. Next thing we got here is this Y2K skull tee. Now I'm not a huge Y2K guy, but this shirt was cool. I think I sold it for like 25 bucks, which is pretty solid, but I'm putting this in the D tier just because Y2K is not really my thing. Next here we got is the Quad Father, bro. This is a fire tee. I ended up selling this one at one of my events, I believe. Actually, I don't remember honestly where I sold this one. I got this one such a long time ago. It's a cool funny tee, but it's like I almost put it back because it was stupid. So I'm gonna put this one in the D tier just because like the Quad Father, dude, it's not crazy funny. But yeah, anyways, next find we got is this Charlotte Hornets starter jacket. I sold this one for $135 on Depop. Good sale, cool find, but it doesn't tickle my fancy. We're putting this one in the C tier. Might be controversial, but toss it in the C tier. That's it for that one. Next thing we got here is this pain is temporary, and then on the back it says like the game is forever or something, but it's a WWE wrestling tee. When I pulled this, like it's Triple H, right? I pulled this, I had no idea what it was, but I like held it up and some old head was like, oh dude, Triple H fire, or some shit like that, and I was like, okay, so I'll keep it. I was thinking about putting it back, but I was like, all right, we'll keep it. But yeah, I believe I found this in one of the 0 to 10K videos. So I don't think WWE stuff is super cool. Because of that, I'm tossing it in the D tier. But next we got here a kid's pair of Jinkos. I think I sold these for like 80 bucks still though, and like this was my first time pulling Jinko, like, and it was at a rack. I just happened to be looking through the kids stuff and I saw like Jinko, because sometimes like employees will hide shit in the kids section. So I was just like looking through and I found a pair of Jinkos. Kind of a dumb find, but we still got like $80 out of it. I think I'm gonna put this in the D tier just because it's nothing too crazy. But I think we got a solid tier list going. Bro, next thing we got here is this Levi's Big E jacket, made in USA. The tag was ripped, and because of that, like I wasn't able to get the full value out of it, but I sold it on eBay in a matter of like hours. I think I listed it for like $350 and I took an offer for like $300, and like I found this on vacation. Like I wasn't expecting to get as much out of it as I did, but like it's something that's really cool in the vintage community, but it's really just not my thing. I think we're just gonna put it in the C tier just because like, bro, I would never wear this. I'm just not like, I don't really like jean jackets, but it was a cool find, so we'll toss it in the C tier. All right, next we got are these two Packer jackets. I pulled these out the bins over the summer. I got a lot of money out of these jackets. I kind of just tossed them up like over the summer, like just for outrageous prices. The one on the left I threw up for $125 and it sold within a month for asking price, and the other one I think I sold for like $80 or $90. So we got some good money out of these jackets. They're pretty cool. I'm throwing them in the B tier. Next we got this fire 3-piece Badgers and 2-piece Packers finds out of the bins. I pulled these all out of one bin, which was crazy. Love doing that, like when you pull out like multiple cool shit from a bin. These pieces are cool. I think I sold like almost all these at an event on college for decent prices too. So because of that, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Actually, I'm gonna put these in the A tier. That's fire, just because of how fire they were. Like that, I wanted to keep one of them, but they just like, they didn't fit the greatest, and I kind of just wanted to sell them because they're cool stuff to sell. Bro, next thing we got is this Nike Center swoosh. This was my first one I've ever found, and we found this in the 0 to 10K challenge. I believe this was episode 1. So I was able to use it in all like the intros, and like it was my first center swoosh, so it was a big thing for me. It's not on the 90s tag, it's on the Y2K tag, but because of the significance for me. We're throwing this in the S tier. Call me an NPC for it, I don't care. I thought it was cool. But yeah, next we got is this designated driver tee. Bro, this is fire. It's like, it's a dog riding a horse with a dude on back. The horse, like the dog has the reins. But yeah, this tee is fire. I sold this to somebody from my hometown for like, I think 15 bucks, which like is not crazy, but like it's a fire shirt. I really love this sort of thing. We're gonna put this in the A tier. All right, next thing we got here is this AC/DC tee. I pulled this out of the bin over the summer with like all the crazy items with this dude's whole collection. I talked about it earlier, but this AC/DC tee, I think I sold for like 30 at an event. Not a crazy tee. I don't really like AC/DC. They have a couple good songs, but I'm throwing it in the D tier. Next thing we got here is this Wisconsin Badger zip up. Cool zip, like 90s, I believe, 90s piece. And I ended up selling this to somebody at the bins just because like I just wanted some cash. And yeah, cool piece though. We'll put it in the C tier. Bro, next we got here is this vintage, I think 1970s tag Pendleton, size large, but it was shrunk like crazy. I sold this on my college at my last event. This one's a cool vintage find, but because it was so shrunken down, we're gonna have to toss it in the B tier. All right, bro, next thing we got here, this Milwaukee Bucks tee. I bought this off Vintage MKE, shout out, bro. Cool one. We're gonna put this one in the B tier. Bro, next we got this AOP Green Bay Packers crew neck. This was fire. I found this over the summer, and I think I ended up selling it for 60 or 70 bucks at my first college event. So it was really cool to fund that and like sell it to somebody in college. I'm putting this one in the S tier just because of how fire it was. Like, that's a crazy crew neck. I was, bro, and like when I pulled it, I was so hyped. That was off a new rack. Bro, some people be clowning me because like when I find something cool, bro, like I go crazy. I'm like, yo, this is fire. And like whenever I'm at the bins or something, like people be clowning me. They'll be like bro's freaking out over this. Like, bro, when I find something, bro, I get hyped about it. That's just how it is. Sorry, not sorry, dude. But yeah, next thing we got here is this vintage Milwaukee Admirals tee. This, bro, finding this stuff is super cool. Like vintage hockey stuff. I sold this to Vintage MKE over the summer. This was like when I moved down to Milwaukee and I was starting to like get into the whole like vintage space, like really get into it. And it was a cool reminder of like starting to become part of the space and like good memories with this one. I'm gonna put this one in the B tier. Bro, next we got these fire Doc boots. These are sick. I didn't get as much as I wanted for them, but they are a cool piece. Put them in the A tier. Next thing we got here is this Harley tee from the 90s. Cool fade. Was a little stained, but I did get the stains out. Everyone wanted this tee after I pulled it. I'm not the type of person to be like, yo, whenever somebody else, like when people be wanting it, then I want it, like in terms of validation. But I did really love this tee. Put it in the A tier. Next we got I Bring Nothing to the Table, bro. This tee was fire. I traded Josh for this tee. Shout out Josh. This is a fire one. Throwing this one in the S tier. I love selling funny tees at my college, and like I love seeing people's reaction when they like read it, or they'll be like, yo, this is hilarious, and like starting like dialogue with them in that way. But next we got this vintage Nirvana Nevermind tee. This was on a Hanes blank, so it wasn't mass produced, so this is a very rare tee. I got it legit checked. They told me some info on it. It was legit. We got everything figured out on this tee, and like it was appraised at 700, which is crazy for like a vintage tee. I did hold on to it for a while and wore it probably for about a month, and then I sold it to Bad Vintage Finds, and I sold it to him for a good amount of money for me at the time, but I'm sure he flipped it for some money. But because this was like my first crazy find, we're throwing this in the S tier. Vintage Nirvana is always an S tier item. Like bro, that was my first crazy band tee, and I was super hyped when I pulled it. But yeah, next thing we got here is the Slipknot tee. Personally, this is my favorite tee in my collection. It fits me like a glove. It's all thrashed. There's holes everywhere, and I fucking love it. Every time I wear it though, like, and people who don't know me, they'll be like, yo, you got like a hole in your armpit or some shit like that. I just personally love thrashed pieces, so that's kind of why. But it just fits me amazing, dude, and every time I wear it, bro, like I feel amazing, dude. I feel like a Slipknot connoisseur. But yeah, this one's going in the S tier just because how it fits, and like it's my favorite tee in my collection. I don't think I'll ever sell that one. But next thing we got here is this vintage Nike hoodie. This was a cool one, silver tag. I think I sold it at my university. I got 80 bucks out of it, which was pretty solid. I kind of didn't want to sell it, but so I threw it up for 80. But I mean, like, I'll take the 80 bucks. So we'll put this one in the A tier just because vintage Nike is really cool. Next thing we got here, is this NASCAR tee. I was hyped when I pulled it just because like AOP stuff goes for good money. However, I only got $28 out of it, which is fine, but I mean, I thought it was a cool find. Wasn't anything crazy. Toss it in the D tier. Next, we got this blue M&M windbreaker. This one's fire. 1996 is on the tag. Cool find. I think I still have this. I don't think I sold it yet, but like I really like it. I think it's really cool. So we're gonna put this in the B tier. Bro, next thing, about to take a sip real quick. Bro, if y'all never tried the rainstorms, dude, y'all are sleeping on these. These are so fire. I took a break from energy drinks for a while and I've just been drinking coffee, but some days you need an energy drink more than you need coffee. You need that extra kick. So today we got the extra kick. Rains are fire. Bro, love me a rain. But anyways, next thing we got here, we got nice pair of like sage green double knees, and then 2 other Carhartt pants. Cool finds. I think I probably got like 120 for everything here. We'll toss this in the good old A tier up here. Cool finds. I always love finding Carhartt double knees. Those are fire. Next we got is It's a Rookie thing. I sold this on Depop for like 20 bucks. Looney Tunes stuff is like some of my favorite stuff. Obviously Marvin the Martian is like favorite. So whenever I found Marvin stuff, I almost always keep it. But this was still a cool find. And because I like Looney Tunes stuff, I'm gonna toss it in the B tier as well. Next thing we got here is this vintage I believe this is 1997 single stitch Brewers tee. Wore this one for a while. However, I just didn't like the fit, but I do think it's a really cool item. We're gonna toss this in the A tier. Bro, this tee, when I pulled it, I was like, yo, somebody's gonna love this shirt. Like, this is fire. It says support your Wisconsin athletes, and then it's like 2 strippers, one dancing on like a field goal and the other dancing on a basketball hoop. And I was like, yo, this is fire. Like, I'll sell this at my college, probably get like 15 bucks out of it. Put it up for 15, nobody bid, dude. Next time I put it at an event for 10, nobody really wanted it. And then so after that, I just threw it on the $5 pile, and finally somebody wanted it. But I was just kind of disappointed at what I got for it, but I do think it was a fire tee. We're gonna put this in the A tier. Bro, next it was a camo jacket, a Bucks windbreaker, and then a Marlboro Adventure Team leather jacket. This was a crazy haul, and I found this stuff right before an event in one of my 0 to 10K videos. Like, bro, y'all need to watch the 0 to 10K series start to finish if you haven't already, because we got some crazy finds in there, made some crazy flips. But yeah, this one, because of how fire it was, putting this in the S tier. And then the last thing we got here, 1994 Rose Bowl crew neck, and then two vintage Packers crews, and then this crazy AOP Packers crew neck. Crazy bin. I think I pulled these like in different bins throughout the day, but because of all the heat that was in here, this one, we're gonna put it in the A tier. But yeah, guys, this is what the tier list is looking like. If y'all been watching my videos, like, and you found me in 2024, like, bro, thank you so much. Like, y'all have showed me so much love, like, just throughout this short amount of time that I've been making videos. And like, I genuinely love this. This is like my favorite thing to do. Love thrifting. I love making videos. I love talking to you guys. Join my Discord if you want to get a little bit closer to me, or like chat it up whenever. I love talking to y'all. And if you do want to learn how to resell, I do have a bunch of free modules in there, like teaching you how to do it. So join there if you want to learn how to resell. Everyone's been asking me, bro, like, where do you get your label printer from and all that? I have it linked in the description of the video. It's just gonna be that Amazon link. It's everything I use for reselling. So if you want, check that out. The mailers I use are in there. The labels I use to print my items are on there. But I just want to say thank you all so much for showing me love this year. 2025 is gonna be amazing. We're gonna keep at it. We're gonna grind even harder, make more content for y'all. We got some big things coming this next year. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next, bro. Love y'all, man. Catch you in the next video.